Hello guys, Sanya here from Eurovoxx, and here with me is RAIVEN, Slovenia's representative at this year's Eurovision. And we're here after her amazing performance on Dora, Croatian national selection. So first of all, RAIVEN, welcome to Eurovision family. How do you feel finally becoming one of us?
Hi, thank you so much. Actually, it feels amazing. It's very emotional. This whole experience is very emotional for me, so I'm very happy.
I need to ask you one question that my colleague from Eurovoxx, Harry, wanted me to ask you. Since you've tried 3 times to go to Eurovision, what is it about Eurovision that made you want to keep trying and not give up?
I think it's mostly that in Slovenia you don't really have many opportunities for stages like Eurovision. But anyways, a stage like Eurovision for an artist like me that is very visual and just puts a lot of effort in the performance itself, not only on music. I don't think there could be any better stage than Eurovision stage.
Yeah, that's great. Also, we in Eurovision we meet new artists like you, but also we can learn a little bit about your country, about the history and culture. So your song is trying to send a message about Veronika Desinička. So for those who still are not familiar with the story, can you briefly introduce them?
Yes, of course. Veronika Deseniška was the first woman in Slovenia to be tried as a witch. In the end, she was not sentenced, but they still drowned her. And I really want to send them message. I kind of want to represent the story of Veronika, not only as her biography, but more as the whole song actually starts with her death, and then how I would imagine that Veronika is reborn and is kind of this guiding light for all the people that felt different or were judged just because they were very authentic and true to themselves.
That's a great message. So your music video is quite, as you mentioned, dark and mystical. Do you plan on bringing that same atmosphere to the Eurovision stage? What can you tell us about the staging concept?
Yes, of course. I would love to kind of portray the same feeling and vibe that the video for the song has. This kind of mystical, a bit creepy, but still kind of beautiful vibe. And it will be quite a challenge, but I think we're on the right path with my dancers and my choreographer.
You also have studied opera singing and you play harp. Can we expect those elements on Eurovision stage?
Well, I think you can really hear the influences of opera singing in this song. It's not exactly opera. It's not opera at all, but I think just to be able to have that range that the song has, you need to be at least a bit classically trained. So this is one aspect of opera that will be visible on stage, but no harp. I have like very, very high anxiety levels or like stage fright when it comes to harp. So I just, no, too stressful for me.
That's also okay. One of your friends is actually last year's representative of Slovenia, Buan, and he also collaborated with you on the song. Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah, he actually came in the picture at the end when the song was almost finished, but we talked for quite some time to maybe collaborate on a song, and then when he heard the song, he felt that it needed that extra touch. And at first, I was very apprehensive, but then he added this part, Yes, DC Veronica, and that is his part. So that's the only part that Boyan wrote, but it's a very special and this part stands out from the song, so I love it.
Yeah, and also it brings that message that we are
Exactly.
all Veronica. I've heard you mention in one interview that Boyan gave you many advice, if not too many. Which advice from Boyan do you find most useful so far?
Whew. I think it sounds so cheesy, but I really see now during this process that you really have to be authentic because you have so many things to do that uh, you don't have the time to think about how you want to represent yourself. So if you're truly authentic and you find that piece of yourself or that aspect of yourself that you really want to kind of push out and make it more stand out, that's great, but you cannot completely um, kind of act or be something or someone that you're not. So, but that was his advice, to just be myself.
That's a great advice. And also, a lot of personality can be heard in your EP, first part of your EP, Sirene. And if I'm not wrong, one of the songs that you performed tonight on Dora is from that EP. And it has many influences from mythology, literature, and history. How do you find inspiration?
I find inspiration everywhere, but I mostly find inspiration from other artists. I really need other people to kind of feed off creative energy, and I always get inspiration from books, movies, fashion shows even. So I'm very inspired by other artists.
That's great. Have you heard any of other songs from this year's Eurovision, maybe, or not yet?
No, I have, of course. Now these last few days, a lot of new ones came out, so I don't think I heard all of them, but I have heard quite a few, yeah, and I do love a lot of them.
That's great. So, do you maybe have some plans to? You were here performing on Dora, but do you have some other plans for performing at pre-Eurovision events or parties?
Yeah, I have, of course. I think I'm gonna be at almost all of them. So I'm really looking forward to that. Really looking forward to just start singing this original version of Veronika and just see the reaction of the people. So yeah.
So that's great. Thank you, Raven. Do you have any final message for Eurovoxx fans?
Hmm. Well, ja sam ti si Veronika. I am, you are Veronika. This is the main message of the song.
Thank you.
Thank you.